So, welcome to the UKQSAR meeting. I was looking at the agenda today, and it really is a brilliant meeting that's been put together, really interesting, and so forth. So, as is tradition, I guess a few introductory words. The Medicines Discovery Catapult is a national facility connecting and collaborating with the UK medicines discovery community. We're an independent not-for-profit, so unbiased. We've got no real skin in the game with respect to sort of commercial benefits for the organisation as a whole and so forth. We're part of the UK's Catapult network. So these are a series of organisations designed to support and culture translational science and technology in particular key strategic areas. So there's a satellite applications catapult, there's a cell and gene therapy catapult, there's an energy systems catapult, and so forth. And we're the Medicines Discovery Catapult. We're tasked with helping deliver the UK's industrial strategy, and including raising the R&D investment within the UK. We're funded by Innovate UK, part of UKRI, and our primary focus is on supporting the small and medium enterprise and translational academic sectors. Within the informatics group, we have a series of projects that we're working on. The first is electronic lab notebook integration to allow sort of peer-to-peer secure sharing of experimental collaborative data. A really nice implementation to do this in a very secure and easy way. We're also really interested on the more sort of exploratory side of things, the role of cryptic pathogens in disease processes. So genetics, of course, explains a lot of disease, but there's emerging evidence that infectious agents or conditional pathogens that are only pathogenic in particular settings or immune backgrounds, can be involved in disease initiation and progression. So we're doing some interesting work there. Drug repositioning, we're interested in. We're building and providing tools and data for a large number of AI modeling sort of tasks, including, I guess, most of the field is working on text mining. We're doing some image mining as well, which is pretty interesting. We're developing some collaborative intelligence systems, competitive intelligence data, so finding out about stuff quicker and faster that's going on in the community, grounding to chemical structures or biological sequences for biological drugs and so forth. And something this afternoon that I'll tell you about, a scientific project called AssayNet, a directed graph and a semantic catalogue of bioassays. So I'll return to that a little bit later. The other thing, which for legal purposes I need to cover, are some housekeeping notes for the meeting. Anyone with food allergies, I guess hopefully you've chosen and selected food for your lunch which you're not allergic to. The toilets are where they normally are for you, often in your house or Starbucks. Coffee and tea facilities are available to you all day, anytime you wish. And there are no fire alarm tests. So if you hear any alarms today, I guess you're on your own. And thank you very much. With that, I'll pass on to Nathan.
Thanks, John. I was just about to make a cup of coffee, but I wasn't in time. Let me just get my slides up. I've got a couple of slides just to share with you. Oops. How do I get rid of this? Oh, there we go. Okay, so thanks again to the Medicines Discovery Catapult and John and Andrew Panifer and Dan as well, who's been at the core face of getting this event organized. Obviously, it's not as we would have wished. We've been planning this meeting for some time, but we're going ahead as best we can. We had to skip the spring meeting because it was just too soon after the lockdown, the initial lockdown, to progress. So hopefully everything will be good today. And this is a new thing for the UKQSAR committee and society. We're seeing how it goes. And it's likely, well, more than likely, that the next meeting will also be held as a virtual event in the spring, but I'll come on to that later today. So I just want to give you a quick background on what the UKQSAR and Chemoinformatics Society or group is. I know there's some notes in the handbook that that's been shared with you by Dan. So we've been founded over 30 years ago. This is after a UKQSAR meeting in Yugoslavia, and it was felt that the UK should have some kind of QSAR representation in meetings. We're a committee formed of around 20 representatives from academia, pharma, and biotech. I'll show you some mugshots shortly. And the main thing that we do, the primary thing we do, is really holding 2 meetings annually, and they're always free to attend. And I think this is probably one of our bigger meetings, if I'm not mistaken, John and Andrew. It's always hosted and organized by local volunteers, whatever local means nowadays. And we're a no cash organization, so we don't have a bank account. We rely on the generosity of others to organize these meetings and pay for lunches. But as John said, you're on your own there today. Our website is active and updated regularly. Please go there. And what I've always found, especially in the past and still today, is going back to slides that have been posted. I think I presented in 2005, and my slides are still up there. So it's well worth going back and seeing all the kinds of stuff that's been presented over the years and finding those hidden references that otherwise you can't discover anywhere else. And our newsletter that's edited by Susan Boyd is packed full of useful information and some background about different things, our events coming up, background reading, and also job opportunities. And as well as in the newsletter, we send out to our mailing list the newsletters and the job opportunities at a regular occurrence. And we also have a Twitter account, and I guess it's not been active too recently, and that's my fault because I'm the host of that, but I'm hoping to tweet out today. As you'll see in the top right corner, the hashtag is UKQSAR. It is and always will be, as far as I'm concerned, UKQSAR. We don't do a different one for each meeting, so it just becomes cumbersome. So please join in. I saw Wendy's online, Wendy War, so I'm sure Wendy will be tweeting along, and I'll be tweeting along during the day. So please join in. It's all the better if we all join in and share some interesting insights. So this is a subset of the motley crew of the UKQSAR committee. These are the guys who we normally meet in person once a year around Christmas for a nice meal and discuss the year's business gone past and to come. And these are the guys who are really organizing everything we do and making sure we plan quite a few years in advance, which is why we've struggled this year with making sure we can continue our service. But from today, normal service resumes in a virtual way, but we'll be back in the spring for sure. So just something, I don't know if Andrew's going to cover this, but I thought I'd just quickly mention it from our side. Posters will be presented from 12:15 to 2 o'clock, ostensibly lunchtime, and that's in British summertime. Please attend the poster sessions using the online networking system that I think Dan's shared now. And the poster judges, I'm just working on that. In true form for the UKQSAR committee, we wait until the very last minute before we figure out who the judges are going to be. And we normally press gang from the attendees. So I've got 2, I think, at the moment, and I'll just check if I can get some more. And spelling mistake that should not be considered. As normal, commercial presenters, so those from software companies presenting what they're selling as opposed to the science is not really going to be considered. So it's really down to more kind of early career researchers, etc. And in addition to the kudos of winning the poster prize from UKQSAR, which is a terrific accolade in itself, there's also a £100 prize sponsored by the Netizens Discovery Catapult. And we thank them for that generosity, in addition to the generosity of organizing the event itself. So with that, I'll hand over to the first chair, and we can take it away with today's program.